back up fast enough to maybe touch him, maybe, but that was not the reason why he fell his back. I think she maybe back up and touch him somehow. Maybe he lost his shoes in this movement and got upset, and then she left and she didn't saw him. And so either he got out of her way or something, and maybe he lost his shoes in this process, but in my opinion, he definitely went inside and something happened inside the house.
What raised questions for you about the police investigation?
Um, 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 well, what raised, first and foremost, the house. I mean, from if I was in that house, I know that house would have been stormed, first and foremost. Like, no one went into the house.
Is there an angle of reasonable doubt to where we're not really sure? Like, are you really sure? Are you 100% or are you 99.9%? You know, if you're that 99%, you know, we can't convict you.
This jury was incredibly attentive, very professional, and it is one of the most impressive juries I've been in front of.
And I was looking to find him on the side of the road. I was expecting I'd find him.
Your first discussions with Karen, did she believe she may have hit John?
No. No. She felt she struck something. She said, "Dad, I think I struck something." I said, "What do you mean?"
I didn't think I hit him, but could I have clipped him? Could I have tagged him in the knee and incapacitated him? He didn't look mortally wounded as far as I could see, but could I have done something that knocked him out and in drunkenness and in the cold didn't come to again?
And this would have been the moment you dropped him off at the party.
Would have had to have been. Did I say could I have hit him? Or was it told to me that I said I hit him? And I knew I never could have said that, so the closest I must have said was, did I hit him? I know I said I hit him, but did I really say it as many times as law enforcement's claiming I said it?
Nobody knows what the you want her.
The former college professor called O'Keefe's cell phone a mind-blowing 53 times between 12:37 a.m. and 6:08 a.m. He's accused of mowing him down in her Lexus SUV in a drunken fit of fury.
Karen Reed's defense team claims she's being framed.
He didn't look mortally wounded. Did I hit him? I know I said I hit him, but he didn't look mortally wounded as far as I could see.
Come in contact with Randy's arm, yes?
Correct.
Now, Randy being on a harness, it's not like real life when the Lexus goes by, could continue to push him with it, right? He can't go with the car or the Lexus because he's on a harness. Yes?
Correct. He's not going to move from that position.
If you can move forward, you see Randy's feet?
Yes.
See the right foot?
Yes.
It's twisting, right?
Correct.
Turning? Turn of the sneaker?
Yes.
What could be more egregious?
Before you give me your opinion, I'd like you to share with the jury what that opinion is based on.
Sure. So it's based on the 130 slides you've seen. It's based on my personal inspection of the Lexus, the correlation of the text stream data with the infotainment data, as well as Mr. O'Keefe's cell phone data. It's looking at, I guess, where the taillight wasn't broken. It's looking at the physical evidence at the scene in terms of taillight fragments, glass fragments, red color in the snow. We have the cell phone data, the location and position of the arm lacerations, the air temperature at the time indicative of sufficient to freeze, the location of the fracture on the back of his head relative to the scientific literature, my testing of forces available falling onto a hard surface, published science on the fracture forces associated with falls. And, I'm sorry, I'm reading from my report. I'm reading from my report.
Can you answer without reading from your report?
Probably. It's more complete if I read my report.
Any objection, Mr. Leslie?
I do on this question, reading from a report to this question.
Understood. I'm moving on to the next question. I want to move away from that discussion.
You've seen my slide presentation. I've inspected the Lexus. I've looked at where it wasn't damaged. I've inspected the taillight. I got an exemplar Lexus. I ran lower speed contacts to verify that the injury pattern and location on the arm is consistent with the height and orientation of the taillight. I have looked at fracture tolerance data for falling backwards onto hard surfaces. I've looked at the metrics of where his injuries were and what injuries he didn't sustain. I've looked at the cell phone data, and then I've looked at Miss Reed's interviews as well.
Based on all the evidence you considered, could you share with the jury what your opinion is to a reasonable degree of engineering certainty about whether the defendant's Lexus struck Mr. O'Keefe on January 29, 2022, around 12:32 a.m.?
Why is this occurring, Your Honor? Why is this happening? Your Honor, at some point, this has to come to an end.
Yes, based on the totality of the evidence, DNA, everything I've talked about, that is consistent with that happening with a reasonable degree of scientific certainty. That is what happened.
Objection. Move to strike, Your Honor. What could be more egregious?
That is what happened.
I didn't see any actual tears, but didn't see any actual tears, but
and she said, John's dead. Because he's dead.
You're a loser.
The folks that cared most and loved Johnny are all following the evidence. Her behavior in conjunction with the hard evidence, in conjunction with the circumstantial evidence presented at trial, points in one direction. And that is that Karen Reed killed Johnny.
I just want people to remember him and want him to get the justice he deserves and that we deserve. And that's Karen Reed going to prison. I just want people to remember him and want him to get the justice he deserves